What's up, guys? Let's go. Happy Monday. We're going to continue with the basics, but I wanted to touch on a specific topic, right? Top-down analysis and using higher time frames. Give me a second. I want to shrink up my screen real quick so I can pull up the chats. You guys can still see my screen, correct? We're still good? Yeah? All right, cool. All right, let's go somewhere else. That's a whole ass mess. All right, guys. Top-down analysis, understanding higher time frames and breaking it down to lower time frames, right? So for me, guys, higher time frames will always help us with directional bias. If we jump up to that daily, weekly, and this is what we see, guys, what are we thinking? Are we thinking downtrend or uptrend? Right? Because once we drop down to the 1 hour right here, you never know. We drop down and we can have something that looks like this, right? Market drop, drop, drop. We get something that looks like this, and then we just start to consolidate. This is why a lot of people are confused, right? Because as soon as you drop down to that 1 hour time frame, this is what you see, a whole lot of mess. But once you jump up to the higher time frame, you see a lot cleaner structure. Has this ever happened to anybody? Higher time frame, much cleaner, but once you drop down, you're just like, whoa, bro, like flag on the play. Too much going on, right? My boy Jose Candido, me. That's funny. Hey, it happens to us all, baby. Right? So higher time frame, guys, will always be for directional bias, right? Always be for directional bias. If the market is looking like this, are we thinking bullish or bearish right now? What are we thinking, guys?
Bullish.
Bullish, right? If the market is looking like this on that daily, weekly time frame, guys, the market is bullish. We should be looking for what? Buys or sells? Would love for you guys to unmute. That would make the call so much better. A lot fire. Right?
Buys. Buys.
Let's go. That
On
was very,
buys.
but I love it. Let's go.
Buys.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yes, buys. Right? Awesome. Now, this is the thing, right? I'm just going to keep it very simple. If the market is in a downtrend and we can easily see that the market is making breaks of structures to the downside, right? One, I want to definitely label these things because this is going to help us stay accurate, right? DOS to the downside. Guys, if we just got to break a structure to the downside, should we have a starting point inside this area somewhere? Starting point to sell?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So we should have something around this area that's saying, you know what? We have a starting point right here because this is the last buying candle before the market breaks structure to the downside. Cool. Awesome. Now, this is the thing, right? A lot of us will get confused on lower time frames. You know, the market looks like it's in an uptrend on that 1 hour time frame. This is what you see. Market is just pushing, 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 right? Guys, I'm not saying you can't take some buy opportunities on the way up to my sell zone, but understand once you're on higher time frames and you know your next sell is in this area, you have to understand that this area is the trend continuation. I don't even know if I could spell. Did I spell continuation right? Oh, no, I didn't. Definitely not. Continuation. I need to go to continuation school, my boy. Oh, my goodness. Come on, dog. All right, we're good. Right, this is the trend continuation area. We're looking for the market to sooner or later, right? Sooner or later, make its way back up here so we can go ahead and take some opportunities. Let's go, baby. Does that make sense? We're waiting for the market to come back up to this area so we can go ahead and take some sell opportunities. Give me a 5 if this makes sense. Awesome. Cool. So you have to understand, right? If we just jumped up to that higher time frame and we know, look, this is the next best sell opportunity when it comes to higher time frame, right? And we know the higher time frame is in a what? A downtrend. we should be looking to continue sales, right? But you know what, that 1 hour, if this is the weekly setup, right? If this is the weekly setup, let's just move this over. I'm going to put this is my weekly starting point, right? But once we drop down to the 1 hour time frame, right inside of here, we could be having something that looks like this. Right? Now, again, I'm not saying you can't take any buy opportunities, but now understand any buy that happens in this range going up to my sell zone is now counter trend. We are now counter trending these buys. Give me a 6 if that makes sense. Anytime the market starts to make its way back up and the market does give us a buy opportunity, because the market will most likely give us some type of opportunity, right? Again, there's only two things in the market you can do: buys or sells. So if the market is going up, guys, these are the counter trends, right? If we know, I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here. Man, I could not spell today. Right? We know higher time frame is in downtrend. We should look for sell opportunities. Now, anything that is on our way up to our sell zone is now considered counter trend. Give me an 8 if this makes sense.
8.
Let's go, baby. So anything in this area, again, I'm not saying you can't take these opportunities. You just have to understand where you are at all times, okay? Counter trend. Because sooner or later, guys, these buy opportunities are going to stop. And in this area, this is a brick wall. There's lots of money right here waiting to continue these sell opportunities. Lots of big institution money. Lots of money is hanging out in this area, guys. Oops. Lots of money is waiting in this area. There's a brick wall right here. These people are waiting to get picked up. These people are waiting to get picked up, right? Adam's waiting there. JQ's waiting there. Etney's waiting there. Pedro, Isha, Nova. Everybody is waiting to continue sales in this area. Sooner or later, guys, these counter trend buys are going to stop. And whoever is looking to continue buys are going to get clapped sooner or later. So we can go ahead and continue these sales. Give me an 8 if that makes sense. Once the market comes into this zone, guys, everybody was picked up and they are now holding on for dear life, letting Jesus take the wheel. Letting Jesus take the wheel, right? So what can we do, guys? What can we do to prepare ourselves? What can we do to prepare ourselves, guys? Right? If the market is making its way up, what can we do to prepare ourselves for those sell opportunities? Let's go, Etney. Mark up your breakage structures. Now, again, this BOS here, this BOS right here told me I should be looking for some sell continuations. Did we already find our sell continuation zone? Yes, we did, right? So now we're waiting here. George asked, should we take counter trades or is it too risky? I'm not saying you can't, right? You definitely can. But if you get clapped, meaning, right, let me break this down, right? Because again, if we get to break a structure to the upside, you know, most likely there's going to have some type of buy opportunity right here. Again, there's only two things you could participate in the market: buys or sells. So, you know, maybe this gets respected and we get another break of structure. We continue to adjust our lines, right? We continue to adjust our lines. Guys, there is one line we are missing. What line do we need? And it's a very important line.
Change of character.
The change of character line. We need one right here. Need change of character for sell opportunities. We also need one here for buy opportunities, but because this is here, I'm just going to actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it very, very detailed. Very, very detailed for you guys. So you guys can have really good notes. You guys will not be able to say, you know what, Vinny, man, his drawing's weak, bro. That boy gave me some soft notes. Nah, you ain't gonna say that. You ain't gonna say that, my boy. Promise. That's the one thing you ain't gonna say. Right. But now look, guys. Let's say the market again comes back in. Gives you that buy opportunity. Guys, understand, George. Are we approaching sell territory, George? So the closer we get to this the seller's territory, we should start looking to cool down on taking these buys. Because let's say we get another opportunity. Now we're really coming close to these buys, right? Market comes back in. I'm sorry, we're really getting close to these sells. Market comes back into the starting point. The market is almost at my zone to sell. Yes, start looking to close any buy positions you may have that you were looking to swing, because we just came to the very next sell point. But now look, guys, has this ever happened to anybody, right? Where the market's right next to your sell zone and then this happens. Smack. Smack. Right? Guys, that happens. And then you have to understand why. So when you jump, yes, sniper problems, right? When you jump up to a higher time frame, you're like, oh man, it was just shy of this starting point, just shy, right? So now I understand, right? I understand why the market sold so hard. And one, we were already looking for the market to sell, but you know, it missed our zone. So now you can take these buy opportunities if you want, but if you get clapped, you have to understand what to do next, right? So now this is for George. George, did we get this change of direction? Yes. Awesome. Let's go ahead and update our lines. We had the change of direction. Awesome. We have two setups. We have the shoulder here and the starting point here. If we have a breakout rally, yes, Jerome, if we have a breakout rally, we should have some type of starting point to sell off. Right? So let's say your buy got clapped, George. Well, now we know what to do next. As soon as we get our change of direction, we have to stop looking for buys and start looking to take some sell opportunities. Does that make sense, George? So I'm not saying you can't, but if something like this happens, boom, let's stop looking for buys, regroup, reanalyze, and start looking for sells. And this can happen anywhere, right? I came up to my sell zone, but you know, this can happen right here, right? This can happen right here. So where the market, or maybe even, you know, let's go down here, right? The market changes direction. Look, this is the first buy people are looking to take opportunities on. This also happens, right? People are looking for buys here to continue that counter trend up. But what if this happens, George? What do we do? What do we do? Prepared to sell. We have to stop looking for buys, right? We were wrong in the moment, but now we can go ahead and reanalyze, and we can go ahead and bounce back and be right again. So we wait right here. 1 to 3 just to award. Does that make sense, George? So as the market gives us this change of direction, we're now looking to sell. Market comes back up. We can now take some opportunities. Stop loss above the head. You can either enter at the starting point on this side or at the shoulder on this side. Either or is completely fine with me. We're good, George? Does this make sense, everybody? Give me a 10 if this makes sense. Because this happens a lot. When the market is very heavily trending, whether it's bullish or bearish, right? We went over that. We went over this same exact setup on the dollar for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row because it just played out so nice. The market was heavily bearish. We were looking to sell in a specific area. The market's giving me these counter trend buys, and then sooner or later we change direction, and then the market comes back into your starting point, your shoulder, and continues that heavy bearish momentum. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions so far? Before we continue? We're good? Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and just fill it out real quick. Right? So again, guys, as the market is continuing to go up and break structure, no matter the time frame, 1 hour, 4 hour, mark up your BOSs. Mark up your BOSs, find your change of character line, and we wait. Right? I don't really personally take counter trends unless it just gives me like a really good structure. Really good structure. Because if I'm gonna second guess, I'm just not gonna take it. Boom. All right, guys, the market is in my zone. I need to adjust my change of direction line. Where do I move my change of direction line to? If you can annotate on my chart, that would be amazing. Go ahead and draw my chart. Where do I need to move this line to? Let's go, Nova. Plugged in. Let's go. Let's go. Right? So we're already looking to take positions here. Let's go ahead. Stop loss at the high. I should already be in this trade. Minimum 1 to 3 risk to award. And if the market goes my way, the way I plan to, I can go ahead and look for some possible re-entries to send that market down. Does anybody have any questions, guys? Guys, the way I look at higher time frame is the same way I look at lower time frame. Nothing changes just because of the time frame, guys. If anything, it should make things way more clear. Way more clear. If you are ever lost in the 1 hour to 4 hour time frame in these areas, I know 2 things that you didn't do. Right? I know 2 things that you didn't do if you are stuck and confused and lost in these areas. Does anybody want to go ahead and give me, what I think those 2 things are? Once you become profitable, what can you do to stay profitable? Continue to do what you were doing to get profitable. Nothing changes, bro. Once you become profitable, continue to do the things that you've been doing to stay profitable. If you've been having good risk to reward, if you've been, staying disciplined with your setups, if you're only looking for A+ and that's it, if you're only counter trends and no taking counter trends, if you are test trading and then looking for re-entries, if you were doing all the right things that are making you profitable, why would you ever veer off doing that stuff? That makes no sense to me. Every time I see somebody get withdrawals and stuff, they always switch up different things, just little things, right? Because now they think they're Himothy, which I get it, bro. Like I've been there, trust me. But we also have to like pull the ego back, reel ourselves back a little bit, look at the data and be like, yo, what was I doing that was giving me really good results? And you have to stick to it, guys. Like that's you at that point, once you become profitable, you already cracked the code. Don't go backwards. Continue to do your thing. Does that make sense, Jason? Let me know, bro. Okay, you said, can you clarify what a re-entry is, newbie here? Awesome, yeah. So I'm guessing you're talking about this area specifically that I was talking about, right? So based off of structure, Priscilla, right? I know you're new, so I'm gonna break this down very, very basic. We also have videos that go over this topic, right? anytime that we break structure, right? Look at how the market is continuing up, making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. If the market wants to continue going higher, you know what it would do? Just continue going higher. Does that make sense, Priscilla? Now, if the market wants to go ahead and reverse, right? Having this change of direction line, right? I need the change of direction. I need the change of direction for sell opportunity. Because if the market, what a change of direction is we want to see the market break and close below this black line and staying below for a little while, right? That's what a change of direction is. Once we get that change of direction, we can now look for some more opportunities to continue selling. Does that make sense, Priscilla? Going step by step here so I don't lose you. And if you're confused still, you can go ahead and put a question mark. Let me know. Okay, awesome. Right, awesome. If the market breaks and closes, we can now look for some more opportunities to sell. But if the market does not break and close and change direction, I do not look for more sell opportunities. The market will most likely just continue going higher, right? But now, as soon as the market gives us this change of direction, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher, higher high, lower low, as soon as we get this change of direction, we can now start looking for some sell opportunities. Does that make sense, Priscilla? Oops. As soon as we get the market to break and close below and give us this change of direction, Marco, when did you hop on this call, Marco? Did you hop on from the front, from the very, very beginning? Oh, you gotta hop on. See, that's something we covered at the very, very beginning of this call. Cannot go back. You gotta hop on time, bro. We're looking for sells because the market is downtrending. We should be looking for sells. We found our sell opportunity, which means the market has already entered our sell zone. That is why we're looking for sells, to keep things simple, right? But Priscilla, as soon as we get this change of direction, there should be some type of breakout rally here. And no, this goes to like finding your points of entry to sell, right? But as soon as we get this change of direction, we can go ahead and look for another trade opportunity, which would give us another entry. And we call that a re-entry because we should already be in right here. And then we're looking to get in again right here. Does that make sense, Priscilla? So as the market comes back, we're looking to get in one more time to sell the market down. I know that could be a lot. I'm trying to break it down step by step for you. And if you're new, we do have videos that cover this. And I also want to let you know that, you're not going to understand this 100% overnight. And if this is, one of your first few calls, maybe even first 5 calls, right now, it's just seeing everything over and over and over again. So I don't expect you to understand right now. But if this makes sense for the moment, go ahead and give me a 1. And if you have a question mark, if you're confused, you can give me a question mark. Her first call, fire. I love it. I absolutely love it. Awesome, Priscilla. Don't get too upset with yourself. Don't feel bad like, oh, I can't get it. Trust me, it's your first call. We all had the same feeling. I promise you. I promise you. You're not the only one. You're not the only, right, guys? Guys, your first call. Weren't you just like, what? Like what? Say that again. Wait, I got a question. Wait, I got another question. Wait, what is break a structure? Trust me, you're not the only one. That's a foreign language. Right. Continue to ask questions. Thank you for stepping up and speaking up for yourself. I always respect that. Awesome. Appreciate you. Guys, any questions about this? Are we ready to go look at some charts right now? Any questions? Any questions at all? I get one question. We can go ahead and give a bit more in depth. Confused, the more calls you join. Oh, confused, the more calls you join, the more it starts clicking. Yes. Yes. I agree. I agree. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start looking at some charts. What chart do you want me to look at specifically? And we'll go ahead and do top-down analysis. Gold. Why gold, bro? Everybody wants gold in indices, bro. Everybody. Nah, I'm telling you, Andy. I stopped trading gold, so it's no longer in my list. I just always looked at it, never traded it, so I'm just getting it off my list. But let's go ahead. We in profit, baby. Okay, so let's go ahead and just delete. Monthly time frame, guys. What do you see here, guys? Uptrend or downtrend?
Uptrend.
Uptrend, which means, we should be looking for some buys, right? USD or gold is heavily bullish. So we should be looking for some buy opportunities, right? Jason, if you can send that in a link, bro, that would be awesome. Yeah, if you could find a way to send that through a link, that would be awesome, bro. So look at we're on the monthly time frame, right? So we don't even have to go way down here because this will take forever. Like if you're looking for entries down here, I'm not saying that, thank you, Jason, that it won't come down here anytime soon, but it'll take a long time, right? So what I want to do is get as close to the market as possible, right? If the market is right here on this time frame, my closest breakout structure is right here, guys. Breakout structure to the upside, right? This is my breakout rally. My last selling candle is right here. Once you see this breakout rally, right? Once you see that breakout rally, follow that rally back down to the last selling candle. So we got 1 buy candle, 2, 3, 4 buy candle right here. This is my last selling candle. What I'm going to do is go ahead and box that up. Awesome. So I already have my monthly starting point, which means once the market comes back down in this area, I'm not sure when it'll happen. Could take a year, could take 2 years, could be 3 months. I don't know when it's going to happen. But if the market wants to come back in this area, I would be looking to continue the buys. Does that make sense? Now, yeah. So I'm looking for buys here. Now, as we slowly drop down, look at guys, slowly drop down, we can already see structure play out. We know that this is a free zone, so there's a lot of money here, right? There's a lot of money here. And these people are waiting, right? Jerome is waiting here. Jason is waiting here. I'm waiting here. Nova, everybody is waiting right here for the next best swing buy opportunity. But look, we have a breakout structure to the upside. My starting point, that was just missed. And I would most likely consider that a missed opportunity, right? If you want to see if you could take opportunities once the market comes back in, then I would wait for the confirmation here so we can go ahead and look for buys. But because we had already came very, very close to tapping into this area, I would consider that a missed opportunity. Just to let y'all know, take that with a grain of salt. But now look at what we got here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, break a structure. So let's go ahead. We'll adjust our zones. If this is my breakout rally right here, 1, 2 candle breakout rally, follow that rally back down to the last selling candle right here, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just move my starting point. Wow, would you look at that, guys? The market made new highs, made its way back slowly, tapped into your starting point, and shifted the market higher. Is this making sense so far? Give me a 3 if this is making sense so far. Because we're doing this time frame by time frame. When people get lost, they automatically jump down to the 15 or the 1 hour. And this is all you see. You should be getting lost. If that's exactly what you're doing, you deserve to get lost. You do it to yourself, my boy. You do it to yourself. Get yourself out of the mess, zoom out real quick, and then slowly zoom back in. Okay. This is the weekly. Let's drop down to the daily. And most people, they literally get confused from going from monthly to 1 hour or just strictly going right to the 1 hour. Okay. So it's very important we go time frame by time frame by time frame. So we can see structure. In alignment, right? In alignment. So again, now look at what we got here, guys. Would you consider this a break of structure to the downside?
Yes.
Yes. Now, for those that said no, right, I'm just going to go ahead and point that out to you real quick. It is a break of structure, right? Because we have 1 tap of support, 2 tap of support, and then you see this very next candle right here. This breaks and closes below, giving me a break of structure to the downside. Okay. So that is considered a break of structure. Now, if it was just a wick, like let's say this was just a wick, let's play it back. Let's say, the next candle was gray, right? Came all the way down here. Let me see, gray. Came all the way down here, right? And then slowly made its way back and only left a wick. Then that wouldn't really be a break of structure. I'm gonna make this a fat ass candle. That wouldn't make it a break of structure, but that would be more of a liquidity sweep. Does that make sense? Because it only wicked. It came below. At one point, this whole wick was a candle. And if it would have closed like this, that would have been a break of structure. But sometimes when it's a really good zone, a really good buy zone, the market comes in and then leaves right away, leaving a wick. Does that make sense? Give me a 2 if that makes sense. Give me a question mark if you were confused about that. Awesome. So let's go ahead. We'll take this out. What's a wick? Okay, so a wick, that's a great question. So there are 2 parts of a candle, right? There's the body, and then there's these things that look like string or like a line, right? Like this. I'm gonna make this a fat candle, just like this, right? Do you see that, Priscilla? This long line right here?
Yes.
That's called a wick. Now, what happens is, right, the candle forms first. The candle forms first, meaning, I'm gonna break this down real quick. Meaning, the candle will go ahead and go high, 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 high. And then once it's done going higher and it starts to drop down now, what this line is, what you're going to start to see is the candle history. So what it's saying is the candle went this high, but it didn't close there. So as it continues to drop and it closes something like that, what this is saying is the candle went this high, but ended up closing right there. So same thing like this, right? This candle went super, 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 super high, and then only dropped down a little bit and closed. The very next candle was all blue. This gray candle here literally looked like this because it went higher, right? So if it goes higher, well, then it's blue. And then what happens? Market drops, and then all of a sudden it turns gray. Does that make sense? So that's what a wick is. What a wick is pretty much the history of how far the candle went.
What about the difference between the blue and the gray?
So the blue and the gray, right? The blue candles are my buy candles, And when I say that, I'm not saying like, oh, the candle is blue, I'm gonna buy now, right? What I'm saying is the candles that go up higher, those are the buy candles. And then the candles that go lower, these are the sell candles. So there's two types of candles in the market, right? Buy candles and sell candles. But just because they're buy or sell candles, I'm not taking any opportunities just because it's a buy or a sell candle, right? I'm taking opportunities based off the structure and pattern that I see.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
And what about the bottom wick?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Same thing, same as this one, right? So as you see how in this example, this candle was completely blue and then went all the way back down and was gray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing right here. This candle right here, this blue one, this candle, you see how this one was gray? The next candle opened here, went all the way down. This one was gray at one point. And then it said, you know what? We don't want to continue going down. We want to go higher. And then it turned blue.
Mm.
So all this is telling me that this blue candle was once down here and now it's up here.
Okay. Got it.
Make
Thank
sense?
you. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for asking questions. So guys, if this is my break of structure to the downside, where would my change of character be based off of this structure here? Where would my change of direction line be? If I'm looking for buys, right? I want to look for buys. If this is my break of structure to the downside, let's go Nova. Let's go, right? Right here. This would be my left shoulder, my neckline, my head. Guys, did we change direction? We did. Now, we are on the daily time frame, and that is a clear break of structure. I would have liked it to be a little bit higher just for like clarity, right? But like that's enough over the line to be like, you know what? That's it. That's a change of direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete this and update because that did change direction. So now we can start looking for buys. But now, on this time frame, I have a left shoulder right here. One of my buy opportunities, right? But now this is the thing, right? Check me out, guys. This is where we have to start dissecting structure. Even right here, we don't have to drop down to a lower time frame yet. Look at this, guys. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Guys, did we change direction here in this specific area?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Look at the breakout rally here. 3 candle breakout rally. Notice this last selling candle, that is my starting point. Guys, did that starting point hit?
Yes.
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 Awesome. It gave you profit. Let's go. Guys, do we have a break of structure right here? Yes, right?
Yes.
Which means my last selling candle is right here. Guys, is market respecting structure on the way up?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Check me out, guys. Do we have another break of structure to the upside?
Yes.
Yes. Guys, my closest starting point to live price is right here. This is opportunity 1 and opportunity 2 if the market comes down to this level. So now we can go ahead and drop back down. Okay. BOS to the upside. We can go ahead and drop down now one more time frame because on this time frame, we already locked everything up. Is anybody confused right now? Yes, George, those are re-entries to continue buys. We have a starting point that's close to live price and a left shoulder, an inverted head and shoulder, right? Now, how can I play this, Vinny? You're giving me 2 buys, bro. I'm like, what do you want me to do, right? Well, who likes to play? I have a question for you guys. Who likes to play aggressive in the market? Give me a 3 if you like to participate and play aggressive in the market. Because there's different people, right? There's someone who likes to play aggressive and use their risk to reward and trust their setup. And there's people who like to be a bit more cautious and wait for confirmations, right? And that's okay, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys and break down how you can play this. If you're aggressive, you can go ahead, take this opportunity on the first touch. If you play aggressive, if you don't play aggressive, this isn't for you, okay? If you play aggressive, as soon as market is in this area, we want to take opportunities. You're already in. As soon as the market comes in here, you're already in. You know where your stop loss should go, and we're expecting to go higher, right? Your stop loss should go below the lowest wick in that area. Okay. You should already be in. Now, let's say you like to play more cautious. Who likes to play cautious? Give me a 5 if you like to trade with caution and wait for your confirmations. For extra confirmations, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to understand who you are as an individual and as a trader. That way you could make the right decisions. Now, if the market is on its way down to this buy, what should we be doing, guys? What should we be doing if the market is on its way down to our buy opportunity? Well, we're already waiting, so you're not wrong, right? You're not wrong, but we should be marking up our BOSs, right? So as the market drops, we mark up our break of structure to the downside and your change of direction line. And we wait for the change of direction. The market goes down one more time. Awesome. If you're playing cautious, you still have not entered any trades yet. Give me a 2 if this is making sense. Yes, Sir Shashil, set an alert. If you are trading with caution and waiting for extra confirmation, you have entered no trade. You are not in any trades. But now let's say the market gives you this and we get the confirmation we're looking for, the change of direction, right? Boom. We got it right here. Come on, my boy. We got it right here. As soon as we see this, we can now start looking for more opportunities. You would be participating in this setup. For anybody who trades with caution and wants to wait for extra confirmation, give me an 8 if this makes sense. Yes, Jerome. Yes, sir. Now, I do want to let you guys know, right? And I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Just because we get this change of direction, that does not mean that the market is going to come back into this buy zone just the way you want and take off, right? If the market gives this confirmation right here, that means the market's ready to go, right? So the market can pull back and then you'll have problems that look like this. It'll miss your entry and take off. Guys, if you're waiting for extra confirmations, just know this may happen to you, and that is okay. This is something you have to be okay with if you're waiting for your extra confirmation. Don't get emotional. You were correct. The market just didn't come low enough for you. But that's okay. Your time is going to come. I would rather miss a trade than lose a trade. I would rather miss a trade than lose a trade. As long as I know I'm correct, all that does is just build massive confidence within me. Okay. So just because we get this confirmation and we're like, okay, the market's ready to go now, you're right. The market is ready to go now, but it doesn't mean it'll come back for you just the way you want. Okay. Just wanted to put that out there. So if this is happening to you directly and it's over and over and over again, you know what, guys? 1, there's nothing wrong with it. But 2, if you're tired of it, you're going to have to put your big boy pants on and start getting into some of the first trades and start running your risk to reward. Who is still scared to take a loss, guys? Give me a 3 if you are still scared to take a loss. I don't want anybody to fear a loss. And let me tell you why. Because when you're looking for a specific setup, right? We have a setup here and a setup here. If the market goes your way, or let's say the market doesn't, right? We're looking for buys here and the market just drops. You took a loss. What do you do as an individual? Are you pouting? Are you sad? Are you emotional? Are you an emotional wreck? Right? Guys, run your risk to reward. If you took one trade at 1%, right? Let's go back to that. If you took one trade at, at 1%, how much are we down? If we took one trade at 1%, how much are we down, guys? We're down 1%, negative 1%. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine, guys. I took one loss at negative 1%. But look, guys, am I still looking for buys? Yes. Now, let's say the market wants to come a bit lower. Okay, I wanted this buy anyways. Way better entry point than this one. Gives me a better opportunity to hold. If this zone doesn't hold, it is what it is. You're down 1%. Okay, cool. Market comes in your entry and takes off and ends up hitting your take profit. So if this happens, right, it has to play out like this, right? But let's say we took one trade. You know what? Let's do this. One trade, one loss, down 1%. Second trade, win, up 3%. Guys, easy math, right? Easy math. If I'm up 3% and I lost 1%, how much am I up right now? I'm still up 2%. I'm still up 2%, guys. Stop fearing a loss. This right here, guys, is going to be the key for growth. But a lot of people aren't going to grow because they're not willing to take the loss. They're not willing to take the first loss. And they're not willing to continue to take these trades. So you have to take the loss and you have to take the next trade so you can see yourself win. And you can actually feel, well, you guys ever get in an argument, right? Ever get in an argument and then after you're just like, bro, that was stupid. Like I was like way out of line. I should have never said what I said. I was a hothead for no reason. Has that ever happened to anybody? Bro, that right there is what this is. You take one loss and you're just like emotional wreck. You're everywhere. You're emotions going crazy for no reason, but you don't feel it yet. But once you take that second trade and you hit TP, you're just like, well, I mean, we're up now. So, I mean, I was mad all day yesterday because I took a loss. I took one trade today. I'm back in profit and my whole emotions are completely different. Right? Yeah, you're sad for literally no reason. And like, trust me, bro, I've been there. Like, there's no reason, guys. Trust me. There's no reason. But does this make sense? Give me a question. Give me a 2 if this makes sense so far. Awesome. So I want to try to rush through this just a little bit because I know we have some. I have a call right after this in a couple minutes. I know y'all sent some pairs in, so I want to take a look at those as well. But look, if this is the next best buy, guys, look at what it's doing already, bro. It hasn't broken close yet. Market needs to, right? Market came back down, but if that does, then that would be my break of structure. This would be my change of direction. Let's say the market ends up like this tomorrow. I would start looking for buys. Why? Because we had consolidation, we swept liquidity, and then we changed direction. The market came close enough to buyer's territory and said, we're out of here. I'm gone. Does that make sense, guys? That way we can go ahead and take some more opportunities. Awesome. Let's go. I love when the charts just give us solid examples. Like I love that. I love that. Three losses, close the laptop, or 3% loss. I mean, same. Close the laptop, 5% gain, close the laptop, whatever your parameters are. Have a limit on your emotions. So yes, exactly. The thing about trading, guys, is everything is controllable. You want to control your emotions? Stop doing dumb shit. Stop over trading. Stop over leveraging. Stop trading pairs you know you take L's on. But you know what you do? You go right back to doing the dumb shit. You over trade, you over leverage, you trade NAS and trade gold, and you know you get clocked on those things. Everything in trading you can eliminate, but you choose not to because you're stubborn. And that's another emotion you have to master. Give me a 10 if that makes sense. So if you've been telling yourself, you know, I'm going to stop trading this and I'm going to start locking in, and you haven't, well, stubborn. Now I know who the real Toxico and Toxicas are. On God. On God. I'm not sure what this is. This is Link. But I do like this structure. Hey, it's something we all have to control, Marco. You're all good, bro, right? This is what I see. I see a liquidity sweep or a break of structure and a change of direction, right? You're playing based off of a starting point or imbalance right here, right? Which is completely fine. Levels doesn't really go about it that way, but still, same structure, right? So technically, my starting point is way down here. That's the last selling candle before the break of structure. And this is also my left shoulder down here. That's gold futures. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, futures, stocks, crypto, Forex, indices, housing market. I mean, I don't know. It's all the same structure. You can trade levels the same way, right? I literally hate when people say you can't trade levels with futures or indices. I'm like, well, bro, that's all I know, you know? So yeah, I would be looking for buys in this area with my stop loss at the low. I know that's probably not something you can do on futures because that may be risking too much. But what you can do is you can wait for the market to go ahead and change direction. This is why it's important, especially on futures, because I know accuracy is important, and I know you can't risk too much on futures because of, you know, how everything goes down. So guys, wait for this. Market's in your buy zone. Cool. Mark up your BOSs. Soon as the market changes direction, we can start looking for buys and send the market up higher. I like that. But I don't like that stop loss personally. My stop loss would go straight below that low. I know that's not something that most people do, but you're just asking to get clapped, bro, to be honest. Because like there's no, the main structure, the dominant structure is here. So and your stop loss in the middle of nowhere, right? So if we had something that looked like this and structure shifted, then this would be the dominant low for current structure here, which means your stop loss can go here and your entry can go somewhere within this area. Yeah, I know. For futures, that stop loss is too big. I understand that. So I would make sure you be more accurate to marking up your structure. That way, when you get that change of direction, you can go ahead and smack the charts. But I do see what you're seeing. I like that for sure, bro. Solid. Stay marking up, bro. Stay marking up. It's solid. Give me a second. I'm looking for. No, I've seen it, bro. Etni. There we go. What is this, Etni? USDCHF? I like it. I like it. Everything's looking clean. Everything's looking clean. Do we change direction here just for extra confirmation? I think we do. That's ugly, but I think this does change direction. I do like this consolidation, sweep, continue up higher, and then we start to consolidate again, which gives me a target point to hit. So I do like this, Etney, and we obviously just have a ton of liquidity here. So make sure you do your 1-2s, partials, break evens, things like that. And if you want to leave a runner, would not mind seeing if we can go ahead and take these highs out. But yes, very, very solid markup. Good stuff, sister. Good stuff. Jason with another one. Oh, it's the same one, just a little bit. Okay, yes, you seeing it now. That's the counter trend, right? Awesome. Was just missed, right? And again, this was what we just saw on gold, right? Liquidity sweep. If we change direction, bro, shoulder, head, change direction, we can start looking for some buys and send that market up higher. Fire. I like it. I like it. Y'all cooking with hot grease. Y'all cooking tonight. I love it. The growth on you guys has been insane. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or if the students can see, the other students' charts, but I mean, y'all have been absolutely been going crazy with the markups, and I absolutely love to see it, to be honest. Just make sure you guys are taking your trades, and that way we can go ahead and continue to get feedback. How can you see if it's a liquidity sweep? All right, last question, and then I have to go because I'm pretty sure they're started already. Okay, so what is the liquidity sweep? So understand, iPhone, I don't know your name. What's your name, bro? Unmute. Let's go. What's your name, bro?
Oh, Andro.
Andro. Let's go, Andro. Let's go, baby.
Let's get it, man.
All right. So Andro, anytime you see the market moving sideways, bro. Thanks, Jason. Thanks for hopping on, fam. And you see the market moving sideways, bro. This is called consolidation. And it's also called liquidity. So when you see consolidation or liquidity, there's money being built up on both sides of the spectrum. People are buying here and people are selling here. Does that make sense so far, Andro?
Right, like lower lows, higher highs.
Correct. Also, equal lows, equal highs, support, resistance. Same thing. When you see support, resistance, equal lows, equal highs, liquidity, consolidation, it all means the same, just a different language.
Okay.
Right? Now, if you're looking for buys, if you're looking for the buy opportunity, you want to see the buyers get taken out first.
Right.
Meaning, if people are buying here and buying here, if we want to see buys, bro, Andrew, if 99% of the world is buying here, do you think the banks are going to buy here too?
Nah, probably not. They're going to take them out.
They're going to take them out and go lower, which is this. The banks dropped the market lower, took everybody out. So everybody who was buying here just got stop lossed. That's called the liquidity sweep.
Okay. So it's the big players that take out the small players like us.
Yes, bro. 100%.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Yes. So now if we're looking for buys, right, both of these people will get taken out eventually.
Right.
As the market drops, these sellers think they just hit big. But if we want to see the buys come in, once the banks sweep these buyers,
you're going to sweep the ones at the top?
Sweep the ones at the top, and that's where we start to come in. Everybody who was playing here just got knocked out.
Okay.
We wait for our entry right here to shift the market up higher.
Okay. That's a good explanation, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Clicking moments on clicking moments today, guys. I love it. That's why you come prepared and ready to learn. I can come prepared, ready to teach you guys and give you guys some value, but none of that matters if you guys don't come ready to soak in the information, right? So if you guys need any help, if you guys have any questions, I will go ahead and give you guys my Instagram. If you guys have any questions, you guys need some input or some feedback on some chart markups, go ahead. If you guys can't find me in the chats, go ahead, hit me up on Instagram. Hey, that's what we do, baby. Hey, the gym was right here today, Andro. The gym was right here today. That's what we want. This stuff, solid, bro. But this stuff right here, we got to take care of this, right? So trade responsibly, guys, this week. Get after it. Back test. Do your thing. And I will see you guys on Friday. You guys have a great week.